I have no redstone because I used it all up in the last 2 videos making trains. Obviously, I'm not going to go mining in a game called Minecraft, but I will make a 3,000 block long railway to the distant Scarlet Mountains, a place absolutely full of redstone just waiting to be mined. But before I can set out, I need to make more rails and design a new machine capable of laying double lanes of track. Let's get started. Okay, Cat, not time to leave. We're not going to run people over again, not in the same way. Here, you can have your schedule back. We're past the dangerous area. Where is the cat going? This is not the schedule, you dingus. And we're dragging a colonist along with us. This is even... Where are you going? Oh. No way. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't think it's gonna be good. Alright, cat, that's it. You're fired. We're finding a new one. This is the part where we don't run over a ton of people on the way back. Got it? Great. Now, you stay put. No more schedule. Right. So to prevent more people getting run over in the future, I'm gonna go ahead and build more walls around this, and hopefully it will prevent the colonists from getting onto the track whatsoever. Bruh. You're not supposed to go there. I've built up a hedge here, which is decorative, and also it should prevent colonists from trying to jump over the area. Instead, I'm going to add a couple new tunnels and some staircases in an attempt to direct them along less hazardous pathways. Here's a new tunnel, and I've even seen some colonists run through here as I was building it, which is a good sign. And I haven't seen anywhere near as many of them running across the railway, so it seems like the deterrent may be working. Ooh, yeah, sure, I'll take a palm sapling. Thank you very much. What does palm wood look like anyways? Oh, that looks nice. If I'm gonna make a railway that is several thousand blocks long, how long do we need it anyways? Let's look this up. Right here, I'm gonna go to a biome called the Scarlet Mountains. And how far away is it again anyways? About 3,300 blocks away, but that's diagonally, so that's technically more than that. It's somewhere in this area. Up there. Anyways, I have about 200 tracks. Plus maybe a few thousand in the tunnel board. Which is not enough, because I need to make 2 different train pathways there. Like 2 different rails. One for going, one for coming back. Not just one track. I have infinite iron nuggets here. The part that I don't have infinite of are the dark oak slabs. And getting them automated at all is going to be a big pain, because it's not easy to just make a spinny farm for the dark oak trees, because it's a 2x2 tree. So my options are a little bit limited. My current plan is to use 4 stationary deployers to replant saplings above them through a block, and then have some kind of mechanism that chops the tree down every so often above it. And then just use bone meal, I guess, to grow the tree. So if I put a bearing here, and then I put some chassis here, and then I put 3 different saws, I can have it kind of like rotate this way, and then it will cut, and then I can have it just move back out of the way. Oh look, my palm tree grew. That's really nice. Those leaves look good as well. Oh, I can make a smart or a sequenced gear shift, I think. That's actually going to be a lot easier to do than trying to use the basic one. Unfortunately, it would not be that easy, because it wasn't just as simple as having the sequence gear shift turn it 90 degrees and then turn it 90 degrees back. It just didn't really work for some reason like I thought it would. Here you can see some of the many iterations that I went through that failed. That is not 90 degrees. Why did it break 1? Dude, what is it doing? That's not 90 degrees. I finally figured out something that works. Instead of having this spinny thing, I just have an oscillating thing that goes back and forth. I don't even know if that... Maybe it's not the right time for this now. But essentially, it doesn't break that or do anything like that, but it can still break the tree that shows up. Then it gets rid of the sticks and the apples, because I just don't care. And then it puts the saplings back in, and hopefully they're getting distributed evenly, but probably not. And then if you go down here, there is a little sign area to make the dark oak, and then it turns it into dark oak slabs, throws it into here. And then there's a storage door trim line that goes over here. And then enters into this spot here. And then this spot up here. Oh good, I finally solved the problem of the bone mill spammer thing, which was surprisingly difficult, but all that matters is it's working now, so I can take this bone meal from these crushers that I got bones from my mob farm, can put it in here, and start growing trees, and hopefully we're going to get thousands and thousands of dark oak slabs. While my rails are hopefully crafting, I'm trying to do a couple housekeeping things, like, I don't know, set up the loading unloading system for the tunnel bore, which I've now got hooked up to the freight train here. Technically right now it is loading gravel in because there was about 80,000 gravel in my car here. It's not showing it right now, but it's still there. And I've also got the system that unloads random stuff from the tunnel bore, and you can see it's mostly in there. Cool thing is there's now a spot where I can drive the freight train up and have it dump all the stuff from the tunnel bore into a new item vault that's stuck in the floor here. I don't know if this is going to be permanent, but it's pretty nice for right now. Why is the mending villager in my house above the crate mod area? Why are my villagers escaping? And why is this open? These are truly the important questions that will remain unanswered. The tavern is upgraded with the hope that it would add more beds, which it did not add more beds that I can tell, unfortunately. But that's fine because it looks good, and all these buildings will look better as they're upgraded. And over here, I actually changed this area. There's no like weird elevation changes and stuff. Instead, I just put a nice little strip of, I don't know, gardening right there. And then I've got a spot for the train station, which will show up here sometime in the future. Nice, and somebody just died somehow. But most importantly, the rail factory is still active, and we have a nice 8,700 dark oak tracks. I don't actually know if that's enough. I'm gonna assume that's enough. A new mission requires a new machine. While the tunnel bore over there is awesome for making giant tunnels, sometimes I need a similar function that doesn't make gigantic tunnels, but more specifically lays 2 lines of track at one time and can clear a small amount of stuff in front of it. And it's also meant to be a lot smaller and less laggy for extended use than the giant tunnel bore. And I've got a schematic, so let's go get this built on my world. Here we go. This shouldn't have anywhere near as many materials as these other things, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I think I spoke too soon because it needs 25 blocks that need electron tubes when each one of those needs 8 redstone. And I don't know how much redstone that is. Let's just say I think it's probably a little bit more than 2 redstone dust. So yeah, given that I'm trying to like, I don't know, make a railway to some mountains where I can mine redstone, it's a little unfortunate that I'm gonna have to like go run around underground in lame caves to find this redstone. Oh, thank goodness. With 52 to spare. Imagine if that wasn't enough. Oh my god. I hope I never have to make these again. Good grief. That is not fun. But that's also all the stuff that I needed. So let me get some gunpowder. Here we go. Yay, there we go, all done. Alright, let's get this thing doing something. So it needs stuff. It needs rails, obviously. It needs a lot of rails. So let me go get that, box, that bin thing. None of those are the right word. Let's get that drawer that has all the rails in it. Nice, look at that. 11,500. And let me assemble this thing. For now, it's just going to be called something like track layer. Feel free to suggest stuff down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do with that. In fact, I think we need to select one of those names for the cat pretty soon. The new conductor. Oh yes, and of course we want to make sure that none of these things are active right now because I don't want this thing to do massive damage to other stuff on the way out. Nice. So there's almost 10,000 tracks in here, which is awesome. So let me make this train station go away and start driving. But I'm going to drive backwards in order to pick up gravel at the factory at the same place where the freight train picks up gravel, because I made it compatible. So that's about 50,000 gravel apparently. Yeah, so I'm not actually going to turn this on now, because this is not going to be a double track, because the other track is going to be an underground one, which will be another video at some point. But here we are, where it's all going to start. 3,200 blocks to the Scarlet Mountains. The limitations of this machine include it can't make turns on its own, and it can't do slopes. Anytime I have to move up or down in elevation or turn, I have to do it myself. And that's going to be kind of tricky, especially in this area, because it's so hilly and I have to go kind of around here. Then once I get to unexplored areas, I'm going to explore all the way to the mountains before I try to lay more track. Here we go. Let's do the first little bit of our new pack. So I'm going to start by... I don't want this fast. We'll start by having the rollers on and the drills on for sure. And start moving out. Makes it very easy to deal with stuff like trees like this. Oh my god, I'm literally going to add like a cheat command block that has like some kind of sacrifice thing, so I can like sacrifice diamonds or something to turn the rain off. This is getting insane. Okay, start the deployer. Bro, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? Oh, what is this terrible track lane? What? I don't know if that's gonna correct itself. I think it's only an issue when it's diagonal, so... Which is actually bad, given that it's basically straight diagonal the whole time. That sucks. If it's gonna be like that the whole time. Nice. That should be plenty far. That's basically 2 stacks at once. And it's a little bit steep, I mean... But... roller coasters are cool, right? I don't know about the inventory of this thing, but my inventory is full of lavender, which is kind of insane. I've explored the total distance from where I was, which was like about here at the end of this hill, all the way up northeast, several thousand blocks to the Scarlet Mountains, and I've stuck down a waystone where I need to get to. And the great thing is, I can actually just go diagonally on this track for the entire time until I hit the mountain, in which case I'll have to follow the mountain a little bit, and I think that'll look pretty cool. It's especially nice because kind of once you get across this river here, the land is quite flat for a long time. This is all mostly flat up until you get to like the Yellowstone area, and then you get into some hills, then there's another big river. So there's quite a few opportunities for epic looking bridges, which we will not have time for today, but I look forward to getting to make. Only 1,500 blocks away. I'm approaching the last river and the start of the big slope upward. Look at this. This bridge is gonna look so cool once there's a wait, there's village there. Well, that village is going to have a great view of whatever bridge we end up getting to put here, but man, this is going to look sick, I think. Boom, there's our track across the canyon, the river valley, and up into the foothills of the mountains, which is basically what this is here. Although there seems to be a small 1.17 themed house here for some reason in the way, which means I have no particular problem with annihilating it with the train. This next track is awfully steep. And I'm not sure if I like that. Instead of making this straight line, I could try to follow a more gradual curve this way. Getting through this forest is definitely kind of tricky, but I think it's going to be one of the more fun parts of the train ride once it's done. Here's the snow. I'm almost at the snow border, which means I'm almost there. In fact, that waystone, which is where I need to go, is only about 500 blocks away. Look, right in front of us, you can actually see the Crimson Mountains. It's already right there. Technically, I've already reached it, you could say. Not that I'm quite to the right spot. That is still about 400 blocks away, but I'm almost there. This last part has definitely been the hardest, managing to get it up along the super steep mountain to the very end. I'm on my second attempt actually right now, and then seems to be creating a secondary gravel mountain for the other track, and which is not ideal, especially how much how the gravel is getting turned into items and being wasted. Oh, it's all despawning. Why are there so many of them? For the first time, the tunnel track layer digger thingy, it's on the other track facing the other direction, because I completed a loop all the way back here where the track splits, goes through this tunnel, but then it goes out here and it can turn around, which is just splendid. Just in case, I should probably make the system to be able to turn trains around and go back on the same track if they... Bruh. The redstone mine, the redstone quarry factory portion is all going to be over here and built into the mountain, especially overhanging these tracks. And I can start working on that just as soon as I actually finish the other line of rails, because, well, probably less than half of it is actually done, given how much of it is diagonal or sloped or curved. So I'm going to have to go and do that manually by hand, starting right over there. And then we'll try out the track from beginning to end. Oh yes, let's not forget, I need to name that cat. Well, the new cat, not the one that I fired for running over colonists. We're gonna name the new cat who is the conductor of my freight train. And I need to name the freight train itself, but I got some suggestions. So one of the suggestions I got is Sir Topham Cat, based off the name of the conductor from the Thomas the Tank Engine show. There's the train. I had parked it in this tunnel out of the way because I don't have a proper rail yard yet. But I did see people suggesting that I make a train hangar at some point, so we'll see. Okay, here we go. You know, it's a black cat. You know, man, that kind of fits like the top hat kind of thing. I feel like that's a pretty good name, actually. So somebody suggested a amazingly funny name that, because it's a freight train and it moves stuff around, they suggested to name it the Loco Mover. So that is now its new name, the Loco Mover. Behold. But now the cat's named, the train is named. Let's go take this for a test drive on the railway. Ready, cat? Ready to go? Let's get rid of the speed limit. And here we go. That looks pretty cool. We're up on the side of a giant mountain. Well, let's go through the tunnel. Hopefully we don't die. In the next video, we're going to start on making a big quarry here and a big I guess, factory mine complex to produce redstone and a few other things. I mean, there's an awful lot of blackstone and netherrack here, and I do need netherrack for things. But that's gonna have to wait until next time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you next time.